Ξεκίνησε και το stream στο Twitch. Κάτσε λίγο να ανοίξω το chat. Να μιλήσουμε με τα μποτάκια. Τώρα πρέπει να τα κάνεις και highlight τα βίντεο πιο νωρίς, γιατί αλλιώς σου σβήνονται πιο γρήγορα. Κάναν αλλαγή στο Twitch και αντί για 2 εβδομάδες θα κρατάει 1 εβδομάδα τα βίντεο. Αν δεν είσαι streamer, ξέρεις, πιο μεγάλος τακτικός streamer, θα κρατάει μέχρι 1 εβδομάδα.
Οπότε μόλις τελειώνει το stream κάνω τα highlight.
Ναι, κοίταξε, μέχρι στιγμής δεν είχα θέμα.
Αυτά που έχασε γαμότο ήταν τα τέτοια, τα Dark Souls 1.
Εκείνα τα χαμένα λες, το Boosty, who is that?
Κατευθείαν οι άλλοι με τα...
Καλά αυτή...
Ω, σιγάρες ναι, και από πού έπαιζε.
Οι άλλοι έρχονται μαλάκα, κάνουν spawn από το τέτοιο.
Teleport.
Κάνουν spawn από τη γωνία, είναι όπως σαν το Cyberpunk πριν το πατσάρουν. Που σου έβγαινε η μπατσία από τη γωνία. Ναι ρε, στο 2 δεν ήταν έτσι. Οι guards δεν βγαίνανε in your face. Ερχόντουσαν από κάπου.
Και στο 3.
Και στο 3, ναι, εδώ λίγο... Είναι... Ξέρεις, είναι αυτό ρε παιδί μου, ότι όταν το game είναι design διαφορετικά και πας και βάζεις καινούργια mechanics, δεν είναι και τόσο εύκολο να μπουν σωστά.
Ναι. Το γαμάτο καλά στο 5, εντάξει, δεν συζητώ.
Το 5 ρε φίλε, το 5 πάντως με πολλοί κόσμο που συζήτησα το θεωρούν το χειρότερο. Και για μένα, σαν game, από τα Metal Gear λέει ποιο είναι το χειρότερο και πολλοί λένε το 5, ότι δεν τους άρεσε τόσο. Λόγω story νομίζω.
Κοίταξε.
Και λόγω story συμφωνώ, δεν είναι το πιο δυνατό, σίγουρα δεν είναι. Αλλά σαν game μαλάκα είναι γαμάτο το 5. Νομίζω δώσανε πολύ πόνο. Κοίτα, το μεγαλύτερο foul του 5 είναι ότι... Τώρα δεν θα πετάξω spoilers στο stream για όσους θέλουν να το παίξουν, αλλά είναι ότι εντάξει... μετά από ένα σημείο είχε επανάληψη στο game, γιατί ίσως δεν είχαν χρόνο να το τελειώσουν αυτό.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Τα είχαμε δει νομίζω.
You think you'll break in soon?
I've never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay.
Πάμε ρε hacker.
Keep trying.
Θέλεις ή δεν θέλεις?
Όπα.
Στη γερά μου. Μασάει κάτσε καταράμα. Άντε ρε, οτακόν.
Snake, I did it.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one up until now?
Because of the missile's rocket propulsion system. It would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Because of that?
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm
listening.
It would push back the signing of the START 3 treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean with VR experiments?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Aslan took it from me. Damn.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So, you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Ακούγομαι. Ένα,
Ναι,
δύο.
έλα τόσο ακούω. Μιλούσες τόση ώρα.
Όχι, πριν απλά έχει κολλήσει
Α,
στο Discord.
το stream φαίνεται ok ή είναι χάλια?
Τώρα είναι εντάξει.
Μια χαρά είναι.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Μην ανησυχείς, εδώ έχουμε αδειάσει όλο το δωμάτιο. Τώρα είναι αυτή μέσα στο δωμάτιο, θέλει λίγη προσοχή. Θέλει λίγη προσοχή. Who is that?
Εδώ φυσικά.
Cinematic έχει εκεί. Νόμιζα ότι πρέπει να μπούμε στο δωμάτιο πρώτα. Να το θυμάμαι αυτό.
Αυτό δεν υπήρχε όμως.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No. There's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss? Liquid.
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the President will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion. All for money.
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox-Die vaccine in our demands.
Opa.
Fox-Die. It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president.
Not
So
bad.
it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with amphetamine and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
In any case, have you heard from your friend Colonel Sergei Golukovich at Spetsnaz yet?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? That Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
Maybe so. But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power, and we're going to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? Fighting the whole world? From here, we can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, you can call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to
Το χέρι φαίνεται.
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So, how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see, the override system that the President was talking about, it can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
You need the keys for input. 3 of them.
But I only have the one. Where are the others?
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory
Το θυμάμαι αυτό
alloy.
μέρος.
Yes, it's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Μάντεψε.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. You input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Μαλάκα, το έχω ξεχάσει τέλος.
Okay,
Τι έπρεπε
I
να
got
κάνεις.
it. First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Snake. Σε είδανε.
Who's that?
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake! This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Snake τώρα. Κάτσε παίξει μπάλα.
Μ' αρέσει που δεν έχει συναγερμό.
Ναι, και εγώ νόμιζα ότι θα έχει συναγερμό τώρα για κάποιο λόγο. Αλλά είναι πολύ χαλαρή.
Direct back.
Zoom. Ναι, όντως. Χαλαρά λέει. Έλα.
What is it, Snake? Good luck, Snake.
Κατά λάθος.
Back.
You called, Snake?
You call Snake. Και τώρα πρέπει να πάω στα 3 διαφορετικά δωμάτια, Ναι.
Βασικά πρέπει να βρεις την κάρτα.
Καλά, ναι, τώρα είναι ότι πρέπει να βρω την κάρτα.
Snake, come what come may. Time and the hour runs through the roughest day. We're almost out of time, Snake. Please hurry. You're the only one who can stop them from launching that nuke.
Δεν θα μιλήσω ακόμα. Μετά θα σου πω.
You lost the card key? Hurry up and find it. They've already entered the detonation code. The only way to stop that launch is to lock the system by re-inputting the
Αυτό μου
detonation
φαίνεται
codes.
πολύ αστείο.
If you use the mine detector, you
This
should
one.
be able to
Δεν
find the
σχολιάζω,
key,
αλλά...
even if it fell into the drainage ditch.
Whatever you do, find
Βλέπει
that
την κλίση
key.
και γρήγορα αλλάζει.
There is a big
Σκέψου το λίγο σαν
difference between
σκηνή.
conventional weapons and weapons of mass destruction. Conventional weapons are intended for use against military targets.
Νομίζω αυτά είχαν πει, ναι. Ο Τακόν έχει να πει τίποτα.
The terrorists are finished inputting the detonation codes. The only way to stop the launch now is to re-input the detonation codes to lock the detonation mechanism. You need that card key to do it. Find that card key, Snake. There's no other way.
Το βαθύλα Ρίγκι δεν νομίζω σου μιλάει. Μόνο ο Κάμπελ αν έχει να πει κάτι.
Find that card key. It fell somewhere in that drainage ditch. Use your mind detector.
Mind detector.
Yes,
Yeah.
the mind detector works just like a metal detector. The position of the card key should show up on
Αυτό
your
δεν
radar
θυμάμαι
screen.
καν να το κάνω.
Όπο μαλάκα.
Τι?
Είσαι πάρα πολύ τυχερός.
Είσαι
Δεν είχα ιδέα για αυτό το πράγμα.
Παίζει να το βάλανε στο Twin Snakes αυτό. Δεν θυμάμαι. Και εγώ δεν το
Απλά
θυμάμαι.
παλιά εγώ δεν ήξερα αγγλικά και οπότε δεν έχω τις συζητήσεις. Μην το πατήσεις τον άνθρωπο.
Ναι, και εγώ δεν τρέπομαι λίγο. Εντάξει, τώρα αυτοί δεν ξέρω αν ξυπνάνε κιόλας λίγο. Α, να το είδες, αυτός έχει μόνο ένα ζήτα. Ναι. Θα φάμε alarm σε λίγο, αλλά τέλος πάντων δεν πειράζει.
Βάλε το mind detector.
Zoom. Εδώ είναι αυτό εδώ. Time bomb.
Δεν είναι αυτό κλειδί.
Ναι, το ξέρω, δεν είναι αυτό. Α, να το πήρα. Εντάξει.
Πρέπει να τη βγάλεις την βόμβα μήπως.
Μαλάκα, τι ήταν αυτό το time bomb που πήρα? Λες να ήταν ψεύτικο?
Να το.
Μαλάκα, τι φάση? Με τρολάρει το εκεί. Γιατί? Τι τρόλ ήταν αυτό?
Πόπο, είσαι πάρα πολύ τυχερός.
You got the card key. Good. Now get back to the control room and use that key
Απλά
to
είναι ένας
re-input the
Ocelot και
power
ένας
code.
Liquid Snake, λέει, αλλά δεν
Stop that
πειράζει.
launch.
Πήγαινε, λέει. Χαλαρά. Ό,τι λέει και ο Τάκον.
You found the card key, right? First comes the room temperature key. Put it into the far left terminal in the control room. That key is actually an IC card. Its connector pins and main body are made of a shape memory alloy. It's designed so that unless it's been changed to the correct shape, it won't be recognized by the PAL code input terminal in the control room, and the detonation code won't be entered.
Okay.
Ξέρεις τι είχα πάθει?
Τι?
Για να φανταστείς την όλη φάση, την τραγική, εγώ δεν έπαιζα το Twin Snake, ήταν το κανονικό που δεν
Ναι,
είχε
ναι.
first person. Την έφαγε το ποντίκι
Σοβαρά μιλάς?
και έπρεπε να κυνηγάω τα ποντίκια. Ήμουν εδώ πέρα ώρες ατελείωτες.
Την έφαγε το ποντίκι, αυτό δεν το θυμάμαι τι γινόταν. Δες πως πάει. Τώρα σοβαρά δεν τον...
Και εν τέλει το έφαγα με C4, με κάτι. Είχα βάλει και το ανατείναξε.
Πετούσα χειροβομβίδες, λέει. Α, την κάνανε οι άλλοι, έτσι απλά.
Κάμερες.
Βασικά νομίζω there is a trick here.
Φά τις κάμερες να σκάσεις.
Έχει τίποτα άλλο εδώ. Θυμάμαι ότι είχε και έναν... Γιατί θυμάμαι ότι είχε έναν αεραγωγό που σε έφερνε εδώ πέρα? Μπορεί να θυμάμαι λάθος.
Σε αυτό, εδώ έτσι.
Θα κάνουμε αυτό. Μετά είναι το cold και το hot. Πάει το πρώτο.
PAL code number 1 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
Τώρα τρέχα. Τώρα πρέπει να πάω στο Raven, νομίζω.
Ναι.
Εκεί νομίζω είναι το καλύτερο σημείο. Δεν νομίζω να έχει άλλο σημείο για freeze. Βάλανε loading screen εδώ. Περίεργο. Κάτσε να μιλήσω.
Next, you've got to cool the card key.
Where should I do that?
This is Alaska. Go outside. It's cold everywhere. But you're close to the warehouse where you fought Raven, right? That
Και
place
μετά
is
στο
right in the
furnace.
middle of the permafrost layer, and there's no heater either.
You've got to lower that card key's temperature. Find someplace cold.
Θυμάμαι εδώ είχε πολύ πίσω μπρος. Θυμάμαι αυτό το σημείο.
Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. That is why the world must never forget Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Master, τι είσαι να πεις?
Now freeze that key. Get somewhere cold.
No comment. Για το Master. Εν τω μεταξύ μου άρεσε ο χαρακτήρας σου στο 5. Ωραίος ήταν. Και ο Ocelot ήταν ωραίος. Στο 5 νομίζω τους κάναν ωραίους.
Ο Miller έπαιζε πολύ το θύμα έτσι.
Ναι.
Όσο όλο είχε την προσωπικότητα την ωραία.
Ναι, και οι δύο μου άρεσαν. Ναι, το ξέρω ότι ο Miller ήταν πιο φλωριά, αλλά μου άρεσαν και οι δύο σαν χαρακτήρες, επειδή ήταν το αντίθετο λίγο. Και οι δύο μου είχαν αρέσει.
Πρέπει να βγεις εντελώς έξω.
Πρέπει να πας εκεί που κάναμε το fight. Με το Raven.
Άκου την πουστιά. Μπορείς να την παγώσεις έξω, αλλά γιατί όταν ξαναπεράσεις το Fernand θα ξαναζηταθεί.
Ναι, είναι και αυτό. Στην ουσία τώρα πρέπει...
Εάν την παγώσεις...
Δεν το είδα. Την κάμερα, άντε δες.
Άμα την παγώσεις και μετά φύγεις από εκεί πέρα, μπορεί να ξαναγυρίσεις σε κανονικό τέτοιο. Πρέπει να βιαστείς.
Ναι, δεν μπορείς να κάτσεις να τον παίζεις. Και τώρα δεν έχω και πολλές σφαίρες για το τέτοιο. Καλά, δεν με νοιάζει, θες να σκοτώνω κόσμο. Τι είναι, να το M9, μόλις το είπα μαλάκα. Εδώ, εντάξει, κάτσε να τελειώσουμε τσακμπάμα.
Άντρα, θέλω τώρα, το θέλω.
Έχει φρουρούς. Μαλάκα, έσχος, ξεχάσει αυτό. Τώρα πρέπει να περιμένω νομίζω μέχρι να...
Ναι, θα περιμένεις αρκετά. Εκτός αν το έχω αλλάξει το... Νομίζω πρέπει να μην την έχεις equipped.
Αυτό δεν ξέρω, παίζει και να μην χρειάζεται. Αυτό σκεφτόμουν και εγώ τώρα ακριβώς. Και τα rations παγώνουν εντωμεταξύ.
Θα διάκουσα αυτός.
Και ξέρεις ποιο άλλο κάτι θα ήθελα να δοκιμάσω στο μέλλον, κάποια φάση. Επειδή τώρα λένε ότι έχει καλό emulation το 4. Αλλά πρέπει να βρεις να κατεβάσεις το 4, το οποίο πρέπει να είναι 40-50 γίγκα και να το σετάρεις. Γιατί λένε ότι τώρα στον emulator του PS3 λέει κάναν πολύ καλή δουλειά και τρέχει καλά το 4. Γιατί εντάξει, αλλιώς καλή τύχη να το παίξεις στο PS3 ή στο PS4. Είναι το πιο μη προσβάσιμο Metal Gear βασικά για να παίξεις το 4. Αλλά είχα δει πρόσφατα βιντεάκια που έκανε κόσμος και κάναν πολύ καλή δουλειά. Νομίζω ότι τώρα τρέχει καλά, ας πούμε. Να δω που είναι το πάλκι. Θα πάρει για το πάλκι. Καλά, θα το κρατήσω equipped. Κάτσε να μιλήσω και με κανέναν.
You've got to lower that car.
Next, you've got to cool the key. Look, you're close.
Εντάξει. Δεν ξέρω, ίσως αν πρέπει να το είχαν equipped.
Δεν πρέπει να το κρατήσεις, γιατί άμα θυμάσαι σου λέγει ότι να κρατάς τα Rayson πάνω σου για να μην παγώσουν.
Ναι. Κάτσε να κρατήσω τουλάχιστον τα Rayson. Εδώ κάνω κάρντιο.
Τι λέει Νίκο το Sunny Meadows? Το Asylum στο φάσμο.
Εντάξει, μάνα, και δεν κάνουμε εκεί τίποτα.
Α. Ξαναπαίξατε δεν, ξαναπαίξτε.
Ναι, αλλά παίξαμε μόνο τα σπιτάκια.
Στο Asylum είναι το ωραίο.
Τι φλόρ είναι?
Έγινε.
Ωραία, έγινε. Δεν το κρατάω αν είναι επίτηδες. Πάω να το κάνω input και μετά πάμε στο furnace μια και έξω. Θα κάνω και ένα save. Θα κάνω και την... Θα κάνω και ένα μανίσιο save μετά το... Βάλω το τέτοιο.
Γκρεμί. Έτσι που το βάρανε οι πούστες.
Είχα full κιόλας. Θα πέθαινα χωρίς λόγο. Βασικά αυτό είναι το καλό του M9 εδώ, ότι τους κάνεις όλους sleep και ξαναπηγαίνω έρχεσαι άρχοντας. Τώρα κάναν όλοι όμως ξυπνήσαν. Εντάξει, λογικό θα μου πεις. Αυτό στο κάποια στιγμή. Τώρα δεν ξέρω πόσο πρέπει να βιαστώ κιόλας βέβαια. Τώρα εδώ θα τη φάω μάλλον αν δεν βιαστώ. Να τον κάνω sleep όμως.
Άντα 30.
Δεν θέλω να σ' αγχώσω λέει, αλλά έχεις 2 λεπτά. Καλά.
Το 4 είναι 17 γίγα.
Σόπαρε μόνο.
Ναι.
Μάλλον το έχουν ζυπάρει. Εγώ θυμάμαι μαλάκα ότι κατεβάζαμε Blu-ray, τα Blu-ray παλιά, τα games και ήταν 30, 40.
Δεν είναι όλα έτσι.
Ναι, δεν
μπορεί
είναι.
να είναι σε Blu-ray, αλλά συνήθως είναι πιο μικρά τα. Μπορεί να είναι και 3 και 4 γίγα.
Εγώ θυμάμαι
απλά
πάντως...
τα βάζανε σε Blu-ray γιατί αυτό τον τύπο διάβαζε το PS3.
Ναι, αλλά θυμάμαι ότι μάλλον είχα κατεβάσει κάποια. Τότε τα κάναμε με το Μάνο και ήταν όλα τι... Ήταν μεγάλα, δεν ήταν μικρά. Γιατί θυμάμαι τότε που είχα...
activation κουμπί τώρα ή...
Ναι, πάτησα να βάλω το φετέτιο και μετά βάζουμε το ζεστό.
Απλά δεν ξέρω αν το πήρε μόνο του.
Όχι, πρέπει νομίζω πρέπει να πατήσεις το use. Βασικά αυτό πάτησα.
Palcode number 2 confirmed.
Όλα καλά, Sneak.
Awaiting palcode number 3.
Okay, there goes pal code number 2. Next comes pal number 3. Warm the key.
Ευτυχώς είναι όλα κοντά.
Μαλάκα, άκουσα καλά.
Τι?
Κάτι πρέπει να κάνουμε δίπλα.
Γιατί? Όταν λες τι εννοείς κάτι πρέπει να κάνω δίπλα?
Άκουσα κάτι, αχ.
Μήπως ακούσαν ότι βλέπεις Metal Gear και πορώθηκαν.
Αυτό.
Αχ, Snake, ναι, βάλε την κάρτα.
In China they say, the snake,
Ζέστανε.
knowing itself, strikes swiftly. It means that if you have confidence that what you're doing
Έλα,
is
αυτά τα
part
έχουμε
of your
διαβάσει άντε.
Δεν ξέρω, τα έχουμε όλα. Κάποια ναι, κάποια όχι. Κάτσε την
Μας τα πάνε κι άλλοι.
Τώρα να δούμε τι θα μας πει ο Κάμπελ.
Now you've got to warm the key up. Find someplace hot.
Ότακον.
Όλους θα τους ρωτήσω ρε για το spam.
Somewhere warm. What about the blast furnace? But the problem is, if you go through a cold place on the way back, the card key might change shape. You need to hurry on the way back.
Τώρα είναι που σε αγχώνει.
Now you've got to warm it. You need to find someplace hot.
Ωραία.
Τι είμαι ρε, γλώσσα είμαι.
Βασικά μετά το κρατάς στο χέρι λογικά. Αυτό. Πρέπει να το είσαι equipped, υποθέτω, για να κάνεις πιο...
Αφού γίνει ζεστό.
Ναι, αφού γίνει ζεστό εννοείται. Τώρα μας άκουσε ο μαλάκας. Όχι, όχι. Πάει και γαμιώντας ο πούστης.
Στο ταρακούνας.
Ταρακουνάει για να φτιάξει. Ωραία το μπούστι, πρόλαβε και το πάτησε στο κουμπί. Έπρεπε να έχει ασύρματο για να τους πεις όλα καλά. Πού είναι τώρα το backup unit?
Από τι?
Τι?
Χτυπήθηκες από...
Χτυπήθηκε.
Έτσι νομίζω.
Νομίζω απλά κάνει έτσι το θόρυβο Snake, αλλά μπορεί να... Εσύ αγόρι μου. Εσύ αγόρι μου. Προσοχή εδώ. Κάτσε να κάνω και ένα σειρά.
Είχε ένα αρέσιο, έπρεπε να πάω να το πάρεις.
Ναι ρε.
Δεν μπορούσε.
Είμαι τίγκα ρε. Το πριν πήγα να το πάρω και ήμουν τίγκα.
Θα μπορούσε όμως το γιουζάρεις.
Who's that? I've got him. Send...
I've got him. Βγήκαν όλοι.
Σήκω, φύγε, βγες έξω ρε μαλάκα.
Μαλάκα από μπροστά δεν μπορώ να πάω αφού με γαμάνε.
Κολοτούμπα.
Πρέπει να κάνεις τον κύκλο, άμα πας από πάνω θα σου κάνουν μπας και θα πέσεις. Κοίτα bullet.
Γιούσαρε τώρα το αρέσει. Cry of Blackbirds.
Εδώ.
Oh.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox Dye? Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
Oh.
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure, but he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay. I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages toward the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So, it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Die vaccine must be around somewhere.
Is that all you think about?
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Πάντως και την εποχή του το game είχε τρελό story.
Καλά, ναι, σίγουρα.
Εδώ και τώρα που βλέπω το story είναι ωραίο, δηλαδή για τωρινά standards.
Και νομίζω ο κόσμος θεωρεί το 1 και το 3 τα καλύτερα, γιατί είχαν και το πιο, εννοώ πάλι είναι ψιλοτρελό το story, να πεις ότι έχει, ρε παιδί μου, ναι, έχει τρελά, έχει nano machines, έχει μαλακίες, εννοώ ότι τρελό από την άποψη ότι ξεφεύγει λίγο, ότι είναι λίγο φευγάτο σε φάση στα όρια της μαγείας, αλλά
το 3 δεν είχε όμως.
Το 1 και το 3 επειδή ήταν τα πιο επειδή ήταν τα πρώτα, ήταν πιο προσγειωμένα και ήταν λίγο πιο βατό το story. Στο 2 π.χ. και στο 4 λίγο υπερξεφεύγει, να το πω έτσι. Και νομίζω είναι ο λόγος που ο περισσότερος κόσμος θεωρεί το 1 και το 3 τα καλύτερα από άποψη και story. Γιατί παρόλη το ό,τι να είναι που υπάρχει μέσα, ρε παιδί μου, είναι λίγο πιο grounded. Τα άλλα είναι εντάξει. Το 2 ειδικά και το 4 νομίζω ότι ξεφεύγουν. Καλά, και το 1 και το 2 τα παλιά του NES ήταν πολύ πιο απλοϊκά, εντάξει, εννοείται.
Είπαμε εκείνα πρέπει να κάνουν...
Κοίταξε, κανονικά εγώ πιστεύω ότι κάτι που ίσως θα μπορούσε να κάνει η Konami και χωρίς τον Kojima είναι να τα ξαναβγάλει εκείνα, αλλά δεν νομίζω. Αντιός. Τώρα πρέπει να περιμένω εδώ.
Την έχει φάει νομίζω.
Την έχει φάει, απλά θέλω να σιγουρέψω μην πάρει κανένα σύρματο και με γαμίσει. Τώρα απλά περιμένω.
Πρέπει να γίνει normal τώρα.
Πρέπει να γίνει normal, επειδή ήμουν ήδη στο κρύο πόση ώρα. Και κάτσε να κάνω ένα call να δω.
So, Naomi is a spy.
Just like I
thought. Campbell is hiding something too. But that's okay. Fox Die is a virus, a biological weapon. There must be a vaccine. We can worry about getting that later, Snake. But right now, you've got to focus on re-inputting those detonation codes, okay?
It's Snake.
Now you've got to warm the key up. Find someplace hot.
What about Naomi?
Sorry, Snake. I'm still investigating.
Dr. Naomi's an enemy spy? I can't believe it.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Snake, leave it to Colonel Campbell. You've got to concentrate on re-inputting that detonation code.
You're right.
Τώρα η Ναστάσα κάτι άκυρο να μας πει.
You have a good view, though your movement is limited. It might be a good place to take out your...
Αυτό το είχε πει ξανά. Κάνουμε και ένα save mail link εδώ.
What's up, Snake?
What's up, Snake?
Yo!
Yo!
Snake, don't give up.
Macbeth, τώρα το σκυπάρατε. Αυτό δεν το είχαμε πει. Έφαγα τα μούτρα μου. Τώρα απλά περιμένω νομίζω. Δεν νομίζω να πρέπει να πάω στους ατμούς και σε αυτά λες. Στα καμίνια. Αυτό το κολοπάλκι. Νομίζω απλά πρέπει να τρέχω γύρω σαν μαλάκες. Εκτός αν πρέπει να πάω πάνω από τη λάβα, δεν ξέρω. Αλλά δεν νομίζω. Α, είμαι 9 ωραία. Τι ωραία. Πώς θα έρθεις κάτω ρε μάγκα?
Και βγάζει σκηνή και κάνει τέτοιο ραπέ.
Φαντάζεσαι. Οκ, πήραμε normal temperature.
Πάντως το τελευταίο αντάλλαζε σκηνικό νομίζω ήταν με το τέτοιο. Με την είδα προς το Dark Souls 1.
Το ποιο σκηνικό εννοείς?
Που πήδηξε ρε μαλάκα απέναντι.
Α, καλά, εκείνο ήταν μαλάκα, αλλά εντάξει, τι έγινε. Δεν το περίμενα με τίποτα. Εκείνο ήταν... Έφαγε skip η Ύδρα, φίλε, τρέχοντας έφυγα από εκεί. Οι Ύδρες και οι μαλαϊκίες. Ρε, ήταν και πολύ μπάσταρδος εχθρός η Ύδρα, γιατί δεν είναι το θέμα πόσο εύκολα πέθαινε. Ήταν δίπλα στο edge του level, οπότε αν έκανες μαλαϊκία step θα πέθαινες. Πέφτεις μέσα και πεθαίνεις, δηλαδή ήταν πολύ πουστικός εχθρός. Δεν ήταν απλά ότι, δηλαδή εύκολα έτρωγε damage. Έλα τώρα, γάμισέ μας. Hello. Ήτανε, ναι, άστα να πάνε. Hello, εδώ παίζουμε Metal Gear 1. Κάνουμε το Twin Snakes. Ένα full playthrough. Αλλά θέλει εδώ ζέσταμα. Κάτσε τώρα. Σαν την γλώσσα. Αυτό μου αρέσει πολύ κάθε φορά και το κάνω.
Νομίζω εδώ...
Κάθε φορά που πέφτει στα σκαλιά.
Α, να το έλα. Έγινε. Οπότε τώρα το κρατάω και φεύγω. Τι εννοείς, δεν σ' αρέσει που πέφτει στα σκαλιά?
Και τρώει τα μόντρα του, όχι πέφτει.
Καλά, να δεις το τέτοιον στο Metal Gear 2 με το Raiden εκεί, τι βάλανε. Νομίζω το Raiden τον είχαν comic relief σε κάποια σημεία. Που πήγαινες και χέζανε τα περιστέρια και γλιστρούσε πάνω στις κουτσουλιές, είχε διάφορα κουλά. Θυμάμαι τι hate είχε φάει. Τι hate είχε φάει όταν είχε βγει το game και λέει παίζει στην αρχή με τον Snake. Πάρε λέει έναν Raiden. Και μόλις είδαν ότι παίζεις με το Raiden στο βίο, μαλάκα.
Εντάξει, ήταν ξενέρα.
Ναι, οκ. Αλλά νομίζω για μένα εννοώ ότι το μεγαλύτερο, το μείον του game, ας πούμε, το μείον του 2 δεν ήταν ότι έπαιζες με το Snake τόσο πολύ όσο το χαοτικό story μετά από ένα σημείο. Ειδικά στο τέλος εκεί με το mindfuck. Το 2 δεν το θυμάμαι καθόλου, ας πούμε. Ίσως να το βάλω στη λίστα να το παίξω κάποια φάση. Το χειρότερο για stream είναι το... εντάξει, σίγουρα το 5 επειδή είναι τεράστιο, αλλά και το 4. Το 4 απλά θα βλέπουμε ταινία. Θα αφήσω το χειριστήριο και θα... είναι ωραίο να το παίζεις μόνος σου, αλλά για να το κάνεις stream είναι λίγο extreme. Απλά θα με έψινε, γι' αυτό το ανέφερα πριν, Νίκο. Επειδή είδα ότι έχει καλό emulation πλέον. Μπορεί κάποια φάση να με έψινε να το ξαναπαίξω.
Εμένα δεν με χαλάει πάντως και σαν ταινία να πω, δηλαδή δεν...
Καλά, ναι, μπορεί κάποια φάση. Τώρα θα αφήσω, θα κάνω κενό για να δω εσάς εκεί να... Το Bill είπε θέλει πρέπει να παίξει το... Υποσχέθηκε Resident Evil... Το παλιό, το OG.
Το 2.
Ποιος ρε?
Ο Bill.
Ο Νίκος να το παίζει το 2.
Εγώ θέλω το 1.
Ο 1, ακόμα πιο OG μαλάκα.
Οπότε θα σας αφήσω επόμενα... Άντε γαμίσου μια ώρα, το κοιτάς και το κοιτάς. Λοιπόν, έλα, ρας. Θα κάνω και ένα φυσί. Τώρα δεν κάνω καν.
Θα κρυώσεις, Αντρέα, θα κρυώσεις.
Έπρεπε να έχει timer.
Ζακετούλα να πάρεις.
Αντρέα, θα κρυώσεις.
Ζακετούλα.
Σε γαμίσου λαφρός.
Όσο κάθεσαι κρυώνει.
Ναι, ναι.
Ο μαλάκας. Τώρα κρυώνει, ας πούμε.
Οκ.
Τώρα έχεις κρυώσει ήδη.
Την κρατάω πάνω μου, βασικά το αστείο θα ήταν να μην σε άφηνε να την κάνεις equip, γιατί είναι πολύ ζεστή.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know anything. My parents' faces, my name... The name and ID I have now I just bought. But the reason why I study genetics, that was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother, and him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox.
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He is everything to me. The only proof I have of my existence. Of my existence as an individual.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who's he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom. This America. But then he and my brother went back to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments.
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterward, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me.
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox. Naomi, tell me something.
About FoxDie? FoxDie is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. FoxDie contains smart enzymes, created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA.
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack.
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that... No. That's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing that I wanted to tell you was... Snake...
Hey! What are you doing?
Μπουκέτο. Τάμψες.
Naomi?
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox dye was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Σας βάλω σμπουρλό το μαλάκα.
Snake, Naomi's under arrest.
What the hell is happening over there? What's the Colonel thinking?
Colonel Campbell is... I'm sorry, I can't say anymore. But please believe me, I'm here to help you until the end.
Do not save, άντε γάμισου.
Please, Snake, don't give up.
Nastasha, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you know anything about Fox dye and the real nature of this operation?
Sorry. I have not been told anything about that.
That's funny. The Colonel said almost exactly the same thing. Sorry. I didn't mean to sound sarcastic. I believe you.
I can't really blame Dr. Naomi. I feel sorry for her. Ever since I was a little kid, I always hated my first name.
Hal, isn't it?
Yeah. My father was a big fan of science fiction movies, that's how I got stuck with it. But I'm not a computer, I'm human. My grandfather taking part in the Manhattan Project, my father being born on the day of the Hiroshima bomb. I hated every part of that. My name, my father, my grandfather. It felt like all those things were a ball and chain around my legs, dragging me down. But now that I think about it, I realize I was blessed. At least it proves that I was born, that I live. But Dr. Naomi didn't even know who her parents were, what her real name was. She must have been a very lonely little girl.
Otacon.
Sorry, Snake. I guess right now you should focus on re-inputting those PAL codes.
Και βλέπεις η κάρτα, έχει γίνει πάλι normal, τόση ώρα που μιλά.
So Naomi used Fox dye to take her revenge on you.
Yeah, but she said she wasn't the one who made the decision to use it. According to her, it was just one part of this operation.
If this goes all the way up to Campbell, it might not be so easy to get that vaccine. Oh well, forget about it.
Α, μαλάκα, νόμιζα με είδε αυτός εκεί και ότι γύρισε την πλάτη του, αλλά τελικά με άκουσε αυτός από κάτω. Ό,τι να είναι. Δεν ξέρω. Πάτε. Πάτε για ύπνο. Ζουμ. Ωραία, πάει και αυτό. Και αυτό ήταν... Αυτό ήταν, όχι, τελειώσαμε με το τρέξιμο.
Αυτό που πεις πριν ότι σου φάνηκε αστείο, τώρα θα καταλάβεις γιατί δεν ήταν αστείο.
Ποιο?
Θα δεις.
Α, ρε, ξέρω. Γι' αυτό το έλεγα. Ναι, το ξέρω. Επίτηδες έλεγα ότι μου φαίνεται αστείο το όλο σκηνικό.
Ναι, ναι.
Γι' αυτό. Τώρα ναι, εντάξει. Ναι, Snake, πήγαινε και έβρες την κάρτα.
I deactivated it.
Τώρα φάει το πινερλί.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation.
Accidentally?
In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when I decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
Well, for starters, I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. We thought we'd get the info from you, but there was Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know.
Δεν ξέρω ποιος το έγραψε εδώ.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come to where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid! How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Δεν του άρεσε.
Πώς σου φάνηκε?
Μάτσκα.
Δεν θυμάμαι τώρα τι πρέπει να κάνω.
Τον Ότακον δεν πρέπει να πάρεις.
Νομίζω. Είναι.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
A minute.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Και καθώς ανοίγει την πόρτα, πατάει ένα ύπνο, λέει.
Liquid!
Snake, did you like my sunglasses? Oh, you'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. You performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the ArmsTech president and Decoy Octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us, so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged along with bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Foxdie.
Foxdie? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Foxdie's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder, maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Foxdie's program. Oh well, doesn't matter. I've already added the Foxdie vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Yeah, why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the ArmsTech president and Decoy Octopus were killed by Foxdie. But Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all of the old man's dominant genes. I got all the flawed, recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
So you're saying I'm the dominant one?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Ha! Love? It's hate. His choosing me, knowingly, to be the inferior one? For this, I want revenge. You don't even understand this. You, who could kill your own real father. You stole my chance for revenge. Now I'll finish the work that Father began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. You missed your last chance. You'll regret that forever.
Snake! Come! Kneel down and sacrifice yourself to this historic weapon! Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother!
Now!
You shall bear witness to the demon weapon that will drag the world
into the 21st century!
Και τώρα αρχίζουν τα όπλα.
Παίζω και εγώ πρέπει να την κάνω.
Έγινε ρε.
Έγινε ρε.
Θα το δω μετά στο VOD.
Έγινε ρε. Κλείσου.
Bye.
Τώρα τρεχάτε ποδαράγια μου.
Τι ήταν αυτό?
Ένα ψυχολόγητο. Πήγε να σκαρφαλώσει στο Metal Gear, δεν κατάλαβα. Σίγουρα δεν πήγε να το χτυπήσει. Ωραία.
Πήγε να το κάνει trip.
Ναι, δεν ξέρω τι θα κάνω και κάνα call να δω τι θα μου πούνε.
God help us. Metal Gear is moving.
Ωραίο.
Snake, it's all riding on you now. You've got to stop that thing. But how? You'll have to ask Dr. Emmerich, the guy who made it.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed and shut off from the outside environment.
He's not using his naked eyes.
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, it won't be able to use its electronic equipment.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah. Try to hit that radome with a Stinger missile.
So will that stop it?
No. Rex was designed so it can be controlled manually, too.
Oh, great.
The part that looks like a beak is where the pilot seat is. In an emergency, it will open up. Rex's armor is perfect. You can't destroy it.
You told me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
I get it. First I destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot's seat.
Right. If you can shoot a missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point?
It's not a weak point. More like a weakness. People and weapons just aren't very appealing without a weakness of some kind. Don't you think?
I guess so. I owe you one, Otacon.
Και ο Otacon μας έδωσε τη λύση. Να δούμε τι έχουν να πούν και οι άλλοι και κάνω και ένα σύνολο.
Stands for Radar Dome. It is a cover protecting a super-sensitive electronic scanning array. Almost all modern combat aircraft have them. It is not just a radar system in there. That radar probably contains infrared sensors, motion detectors, and other kind of equipment too. It is like a combination of eyes, ears, and nose.
Δεν νομίζω η Τσάφ να κάνει τίποτα σε αυτό το fight.
If you could destroy that, you might have a chance.
Από ό,τι θυμάμαι. Και
Μα γιατί?
κατευθείαν, ναι, είναι τέτοια, ναι. Α, το Deep Throat πάρε.
Το Deep Throat. Κάτσε να τον πάρω. Αν και δεν νομίζω και αυτός απαντήσει για την ώρα. Δέκα ώρες.
Do it for me, Snake.
Για σένα όλα. Οκ. Προσκαλούν πόντι body armor, γιατί θα φάμε πολύ ξύλο εδώ. Αυτό είναι. Μαλάκα. Εδώ τώρα θα... Αυτό εδώ είναι. Στο βρήκα. Το equip είναι δύσκολο δυστυχώς. Καλά.
Μαλάκα τρώει damage.
Τρώει, απλά το equip δεν μπορώ να κάνω γρήγορα, οπότε δεν μπορώ να κάνω dodge, κατάλαβες. Αλλά ναι, τρώει, κάτσε να κάνω το κάψω. Τρώει, αλλά εντάξει, αυτό είναι το phase 1. Νομίζω μετά έχει και το στόμι που βαράσει μέσα, αν θυμάμαι καλά. Εκτός άμα τα έχω μπερδέψει το 4, γιατί στο 4 εδώ μαλακία damage έφαγα. Αντί για. Το body armor όσο δεν το φορούσε στα κανονικά playthroughs εδώ στο hard δίνει... Πώς σου φάνηκε τώρα Liquid?
Damn!
Δινόσαυρος.
Nice try, Snake!
Να το βαθυλαρίγκι.
Hurry! Get away! Gray Fox! A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat. So it is. You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
What do you want from me? I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me. Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you. Naomi? You're the only one who can stop her. No, I can't. Why? Because I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her.
Liquid.
I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood, to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother. Fox. Outwardly, we may have seemed like contented brother and sister, but every time I looked into her eyes, I trembled with fear. Tell
me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
Αυτό το θυμάμαι. Γινόταν όντως. Βασικά θυμάμαι ότι πεθαίνει με σπλατεριά βέβαια. Η αλήθεια. Ναι, αυτό θυμάμαι τη σπλατεριά όμως που έτρωγε.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds,
We use Royal Harriers! Fox!
how strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
The cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal!
What?
He destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
Now, fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now, in front of you, I can finally
Decisions.
After Zanzibar land, I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light. But soon it will finally end.
Έκανα mission fail. Εντάξει. Ήθελα να αφήσω το...
Die! Fox!
Μπορούσε να βαρέσει εκεί.
Δεν ξέρω.
Δεν θυμάμαι καν αυτό.
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake. Farewell.
Μ' αρέσει που κάνει και το πόδι.
When death is entreated, the battle is decided. You see, you can't protect anyone. Not even yourself.
Τι γίνεται?
Πάμε, Samurai Duel.
Όντως αυτό, τι φάση.
Το πολεμήσει το κατάνα τώρα.
Εντάξει, ναι, μαλάκα, άμα έκανε κάτι με το κατάνα, απλά του κάνανε γιατί γίνω τώρα. Είπαμε, μας αρέσουν πάλι η φωνή του τέτοιου να ουρλιάζει ο Liquid. Έλα γάμισου. Το unequip είναι που με γαμάει εμένα κάθε φορά. Πρέπει να βρω ratio βασικά. Αλλού ήθελα να πάει, αλλού πήγε.
Κάνει damage.
Με γαμάει γιατί εγώ του κάνω damage, αλλά και αυτός κάνει πολύ damage βέβαια, οπότε αν δεν βιαστώ ή αν δεν κάνω dodge αρκετά, ή πρέπει να τον κάνω over damage ή πρέπει να τον κάνω dodge, ένα από τα δύο.
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
Τώρα Liquid, take the loss. Σε παίξαμε 2v1, αλλά
Sleeping late as usual. Hey, Snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die. As long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict, new hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing, that's why. What? Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace. Oh, it reflected such vitality.
You're wrong.
There is a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was a man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the Super Baby method.
Super Baby method?
Super Baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But unlike us, they carry it digitally. With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted, using gene therapy, into the members of the Next Generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing right and left are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers?
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers, and they were born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices?
Οι ερωτήσεις του Snake, κάθε φορά, μονολεκτικές.
Human experiments. Huh? 1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First, they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical, biological weapons. The poison gas detection units, anti-sarin injections, they were all just to cover up the secret genetic experiments.
So the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We're on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives is inscribed in our very genes.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then, I'm going to go beyond, in order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl? Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Είχε αυτό το ειρηνικό ύφος ο
Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No, we have no past, no future. If we did, our fate is nothing but what is determined in the genes we inherited from our father.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me!
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence, along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may be only a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You'd better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. Huh? What are you doing?
Κοντακιά.
Mei-Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it!
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Hausman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he is a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Damn it! You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief is already dead.
So you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all?
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. You're just the lingering ghosts of a system that is no more. Well, do try to get along in the time you have left before the bomb.
Oh, there's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike. You stole everything from me. I shall nullify you and your genes, and I will take them all back. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? This will be the time limit for our final battle. When death comes for this girl, this nuclear module shall vanish from this world as well. If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. And if you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it'll kill even you. Have at you, Snake!
Κάτσε να κάνω ένα τέτοιο. Βασικά αυτό φοβόμουν γιατί είχα πολλή ώρα να κάνω save.
Is everything all right, Snake?
Απλά έχω 3 λεπτά πρέπει να την έχουν τα πάντα. Liquid, μισό λεπτό να μιλήσω με το παιδί. Okay.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
Κάτσε να δω, μπορώ να μιλήσω. Βασικά μπορείς να μιλήσει. Α, όχι. Αν είναι ο Κάμπελ τον ήπιε. Α, μην την αστραπώσει.
Snake, it's just you and Liquid now. There is no advice I can give you. Trust yourself. You have got to win.
Ξύπνα μωρή, έχεις μια βόμβα δίπλα σου.
If you look like you're about to fall off the back of Rex, press any button rapidly. You'll be able to climb up more quickly.
Να πάρω το Master. Πήγε να πει κάτι. Ας μαλακίες τώρα εκεί.
Μου θύμισε και να το invent στο Dark Souls.
Με τον Νίκο. Πέταξε το τέτοιο του. Το Dogtag του. Τον έχω σπάσει στο ξύλο μου φαίνεται.
Is that all you've got?
Is that all you've got? Σε έχω σπάσει στο ξύλο. Δεν με συμφέρει αυτό που κάνω βασικά. Τρώω πιο πολύ χρόνο. Πρέπει να φάει ολόκληρο κόμπο για να φάει down. Ρε, κόβει. Ναι, αυτό δεν το έκανε νομίζω, το Μπούλρας το έκανε. Δεν θυμάμαι. Δες, έχει και μόλοπες ο Snake, αλλά δεν ξέρω να το πεθάνω όμως από εκεί που έλεγα ότι είναι easy mode. Κάτσε, εδώ προσοχή.
Hurry!
Τι χάρη, ρε.
Από εκεί που τα πήγα καλά, νομίζω έπρεπε να τον τζιζάρω, επειδή τον τζίζαρα. Απλά είναι αυτό το out of bounds που μου κόβει το DPS που λέει ο λόγος. Εδώ είναι το καλύτερο σημείο. Τον ακούμπησα και έφαγα damage.
Οι μισές σκιές.
Ναι, οι σκιές χάνονται λίγο. Καλά, αυτό είναι το emulator τώρα, μπαγκιά. Δεν νομίζω να είναι το game. Γιατί για τον emulator ήθελε, λέει, κάποια settings για τις σκιές για να είναι σωστές. Αλλά οκ. Μικρό το κακό. Άντε ρε Liquid, θες να το παίξεις και μποξέ. Μου κάνει και dodge ρε. Φιλαράκι, εγώ ξέρω Muay Thai. Ξέρω box. CQC. Άντε ρε φίλε. Μου φάμε και κανένα μπούλρας πάλι και...
Έρχεται.
Αντί για. Πήγαινα με μπουλρασάρι. Για να δούμε εδώ τι άλλο θα έχει συμβεί τώρα. KO. Wow, uppercut. Continue.
Ο Ρόκι Μπαλμπόα, μαλάκα. Του έκανε uppercut Mortal Kombat.
Snake, άσε τα τέτοια. Πήγαινε να φυσικό να φύγει, γιατί σε ένα λεπτό θα γίνεται που μπορείς.
Meryl. Meryl.
Snake? Is that you? Snake, you're alive. Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, you must have been terrible.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl.
Είναι και τα γραφικά που το κάνουν λίγο αστεία, πιστεύω.
That's my codec.
Oh, that's my codec.
Snake, it's me. It looks like you stopped Rex.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh, boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No, it's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know? Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Ωραία, ήρθε η ώρα να τρέξουμε.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where is Otacon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah, and I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Σκάει κάτω σε κουράδα.
Οπα, Snake. Τελικά τι θα γίνει, θα φύγετε ή θα...
It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
Βγάλε το μπλουζάκι σου.
Θα ποτιάσεις ακόμα. Σοβαρά τώρα.
Αυτό δεν το θυμάμαι. Νομίζω αυτά είναι καινούργια.
Μαλάκα.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up! Hurry!
Η άλλη πότε ντύθηκε κιόλας. Το θυμάμαι αυτό με τη στολή. Φορούσε η Μέριλ στο τέλος. Παίζει και στο original να ήταν ήδη έτσι η Μέριλ βασικά. Ντυμένη, δεν θυμάμαι.
Looking good, Snake.
Μάνα τους, μάνα.
Hurry!
Έτσι τώρα να κάνω τα save και τα mail.
Snake, they've placed the Colonel under arrest. I don't know what I should do. This will probably be your last save.
I'm gonna miss those proverbs of yours.
Snake?
Mei Ling, I have a favor to ask you. Make a hard copy of all the codec conversation data up to this point. I want some insurance.
Okay, Snake. Leave it to me.
Τελικά με έλεγε το τελευταίο contact.
Ναι, όντως. Δεν ξέρω αν μπορείς να μιλήσεις με άλλους. Μπορεί να ίσως αν μπορείς να μιλήσεις με τον Otacon, αλλά νομίζω και με την άλλη.
Snake, please. Be safe. For me.
Για τα κύματα.
Θα μπορείς λογικά να μιλήσεις. Όχι, δεν μπορείς, όντως. Otacon. Ούτε Otacon.
Η mailing.
Μόνο η mailing είναι. Κάτσε να...
Θα αφήσεις να ξαναπάς, γιατί σου πελάσεις save.
Μπορεί να σε αφήνει, γιατί είναι ακόμα δεν έχω πάει ακόμα στο σημείο με το τζιπάκι. Γιατί σου λέει άμα θες να ξανακάνεις save, μπορεί κατά λάθος να κλείσεις το talk. Μου φαίνεται λογικό που σε αφήνει να ξαναμιλήσεις. Πες ότι κάνεις μια μαλακία. Πάρε εδώ racing, γιατί μας τα έφαγε όλα ο Μπάρμπας.
Let me drive. Damn, a surveillance camera.
Surveillance camera.
Πάμε εδώ να... Έχει εδώ κανένα... Εδώ πρέπει να βγάλω όπλα τώρα. Δεν έχω όπλα. Σοβαρά. Χαλαρά, Μέριλ, μην είναι...
Snake, it started. Get in.
Shoot him, αυτό προσπαθώ, αλλά... Να πίσω. Το βαράνε και... Πάρε το ένα. Πάει. Τώρα νομίζω όμως Μέριλ αν έχει τα checkpoints. Το παίξω έτσι βασικά γιατί είναι πιο εύκολο.
Τα αίματα.
Εδώ αίματα φεύγουνε μαλάκα. Τι.
Έφυγε με κάτι περίεργα γραφικό.
Στο original έτσι το έκανα, θυμάμαι. Δεν μπορείς να κάνεις first person στο original, νομίζω. Απλά πήγαινες αριστερά δεξιά. Σιγά τα αίματα. Πρέπει να βαρέσει το βαρέλι μας. Βρέχα Μέριλ γιατί... Κιόλας. Όχι ρε. Έχει κι άλλο σου. Κακό σκηνή.
It's not over yet! Liquid!
Τώρα όμως με first person θα σε γλεντήσω. Σπάσα και τα τζάν. Το πούστη. Ένα, δεν νομίζω, στο παλιό δεν μπορούσες να κάνεις κάτι. Απλά πρέπει να βαράς τον liquid. Τουλάχιστον δεν υπερθερμαίνεται το αυτόματο, οπότε σπαμάρεις. Απλά στο original ήταν πιο δύσκολο γιατί έπρεπε να το κάνεις third person. Εδώ τώρα με το first είναι πολύ πιο δύσκολο. Άντε για liquid. Πως φαίνεται ότι η μουσική αλλάζει και όλες οι κινηματογραφικές είναι από το remake. Είναι άλλο στυλ εντελώς. Μέριλ, μας άφησε. Μαλάκα. Κεφαλίδια.
Τερμάτικα.
Μαδερφάκες μέχρι το τέλος μου.
Ναι, αλλά ο άλλος δεν φοράει τα πουτιά σου.
Meryl, are you okay?
Καλά, ο Liquid μετά από τόσο ξύλο νομίζω το κρύο είναι το λιγότερο που πρέπει να τον απασχολεί.
Damn.
Κακό σκυλί ψόφο δεν έχει. Συνεχίζω.
Snake. Snake! Fox?
die.
Κούτιες.
Τέλος.
Και ψυχολογία, γιατί το γαμίσαμε αυτός.
Έτσι, έπρεπε να τον κοιτάξει στα μάτια πριν πεθάνει. Για να το είναι cool. Για να είναι cool.
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel!
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 bombers have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around there.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
There's also a helicopter waiting for you at the Fox Islands.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay. Roy. Are you going to be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all of Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I'll look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling's with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi?
I heard about my brother.
Fox, no, Frank wanted to tell you something. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought on sheer willpower until the very end.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace. My brother was already dying. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar land, He's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Foxdie too. What about me? When am I going to go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the Genome Soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that its genetic information houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm gonna choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from now on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to what will come. All life is tethered to the future. Loving each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or a reminder of the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself.
A reminder
My
of New Game
survival
Plus.
instinct that tells me not to die. That's all the motive I've had in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name is David.
Okay, so where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
Hey, what are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
Μας θα πετάξει την ατάκα.
Isn't it? Being alive.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
Και όλα αυτά, εντάξει, αυτό δεν είναι το 98, αλλά είναι παιχνίδι του 98. Έχει νομίζω και ένα μικρό post-credit scene, θα το αφήσω λίγο.
Ναι, και είναι... το καλύτερο είναι εκείνο.
Είναι, εντάξει, τώρα αυτό για την εποχή του δεν το συζητάω. Είναι αλλού. Τώρα το remake έχει αστοχίες κακά τα ψέματα. Δεν με χάλασε, δεν είναι άσχημο. Αλλά οι πρωτοβουλίες που πήραν και τελικά το ψάξα. Ο Kojima βρήκε έναν, παίζει να είναι Ιάπωνας, έναν σκηνοθέτη και αυτός έκανε τις σκηνές. Και ήταν action σκηνοθέτης και μάντεψε τι έκανε. Το έκανε motherfucker Hollywood. Γι' αυτό είναι τόσο Hollywood οι σκηνές. Γιατί αυτό έλεγα ρε παιδί μου και στον Νίκο ότι από όσο ξέρω ο Kojima δεν έκανε τίποτα στο remake. Θα μου πεις εντάξει, διάλεξε το σκηνοθέτη βέβαια, αλλά δεν τα έκανα νομίζω το ίδιο το team Kojima Productions δεν έκατσε να κάνει ένας model art. Βασίλειος Παπαγιάννης έχει και Έλληνα. Αν και αυτό είναι από το remake. Οπότε ναι, τις σκηνές τις έκανε ένας σκηνοθέτης ο οποίος έκανε ταινίες στο Twin Snakes και εντάξει ξέφυγε λίγο. Αυτό που πέρα από τις, νομίζω από τις τέτοιες από τις κινηματογραφικές που ήταν, ξέρεις αυτό που ήταν, νομίζω ότι αυτό βέβαια μπορεί να είναι λόγω της μνήμης μου που δεν θυμάμαι, αλλά νομίζω ότι και το voice acting ήταν λίγο καλύτερο στο original. Γιατί έπρεπε να το κάνουν re-record στο Twin Snakes. Όλα είναι re-recorded. Και είχα την εντύπωση ότι ήταν καλύτερο στο original. Αλλά μπορεί να είναι η μνήμη μου έτσι. Και γενικά αφού πέρασαν τα χρόνια, εντάξει, όταν είχε βγει ρε παιδί μου αρκετός κόσμος το γούσταρε πολύ το remake, νομίζω ο κόσμος άρχισε να γίνεται λίγο πιο επικριτικός. Δηλαδή τώρα άμα ψάξει τι λέει ο κόσμος για το remake δεν λένε τα καλύτερα για λόγω αυτού. Και είναι και στο gameplay, δηλαδή το gameplay ναι μεν είναι πολύ καλύτερο, αλλά δεν είναι... Εννοώ ότι φαίνεται ότι δεν ήταν το gameplay του 2 να μπει στο 1. Φαίνεται σε κάποια σημεία. Πετάγονται φρουροί από το πουθενά, το game γίνεται easy mode. Δηλαδή αν δεν το παίζα hard θα γελούσε ο κόσμος. Εννοώ ότι σπάει το game λίγο, τα mechanics του 2.
Ναι.
Δεν πάνω, γενικά εντάξει τώρα ακούμε αρνητικός, αλλά γενικά ρε παιδί μου εντάξει δεν μπορώ να πω ότι είναι χάλι μαύρο ή δεν παίζεται, μην το παίξεις, μην το κάνεις. Αξίζει να το τρέξεις, να το δεις μια φορά, πιστεύω. Τώρα θα μετρούσε βέβαια μετά από χρόνια να βλέπαμε ένα remake του Μπανό, αλλά εντάξει. remake, αλλά ξέρεις remake να το αλλάξει τα φώτα όμως, σε φάση πώς θα ήταν σήμερα ένα Metal Gear.
Θα προτιμούσα, σου είπα, το είπα και πριν, θα προτιμούσα να δω τα παλιά που δεν τα ξέρει καν ο κόσμος, ας πούμε.
Ναι, το 1 και το 2, και εγώ αυτό συμφωνώ. Ναι, και εγώ εκεί θα μπορούσα να κάνω το 1 και το 2, γιατί τώρα φαντάσου αυτά που λέμε τον Grey Fox έχουν γίνει στο 1 και στο 2. Δηλαδή όλα αυτά τα σκηνικά.
Το είδα στο YouTube, αλλά δεν βγάζει και πολύ. Δεν έχει πολύ story.
Δεν έχει, ρε. Ήταν παλιά παιχνίδια, εντάξει, είχαν βασικά πράγματα.
Ναι.
Το story στην ουσία μπήκε με το Metal Gear Solid 1, άρχισε να γεμίζει τα κενά και τις τρύπες, και στο 5 κάπως τα ψιλομπάλωσε όλα. Απλά το κακό της σειράς, το Metal Gear απλά ήταν αυτό ότι το 2 και το 4 νομίζω ότι ξεφύγανε πάρα πολύ στο τι συμβαίνει και τι γίνεται. Ενώ το 1 και το 3 ήταν πολύ πιο καλά δομημένα, πιστεύω. Ακόμα και το 5 ήταν καλά δομημένο, πιστεύω. Επειδή ήταν στο παρελθόν, απλά το 5 δεν είχε τόσο story όσο είχαν τα... εντάξει, τα παλιά. Όπως και να έχει, καλή φάση, εντάξει, παιχνιδάρα της εποχής του. Τώρα αυτό για το 98 ήταν σοκ, κατά ψέματα.
Θυμάμαι που λέγανε είναι δύσκολο και όντως όταν ήσουν μαθημένος σε εκείνα τα games, δηλαδή το είχα βγει στην πρώτη περιοχή και έρθα σκορπατώνω και βλέπω ότι δεν γίνεται τίποτα και λέω μαλάκα τίποτα. Δηλαδή το έφαγα το ζόρι στην αρχή λίγο.
Ναι ρε, για τότε ήταν, πόσα stealth games είχαμε παίξει στη ζωή μας τότε. Αν δεν είχα παίξει το Tenchu τότε. Και δεν θυμάμαι αν είχε βγει καν το Tenchu όταν είχε βγει το Metal Gear το 1. Αν και την ίδια χρονιά παίζει να βγήκαν. Δηλαδή εννοώ ότι εμείς τότε που παίζαμε PlayStation 1 δεν ξέραμε τι θα πει stealth game και τέτοιο στυλ παιχνίδι, και όπως είπες, άμα δεν ήξερες αγγλικά, άντε καλή τύχη να καταλάβεις τώρα τι σου λέει. Το story περνούσε έτσι από το κεφάλι μας, ξέρεις.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Yes. Yes, sir. Thanks to the vaccine. Yes, those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, yes, Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes, yes, sir. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I understand. The surveillance will continue. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Αντίγε. Codename Jackal. Clear code. 11 ώρες, 55 φορές save, 20 φορές continue, 33 φορές alert mode, 106 σκότωσα, 67 rations. Okay. Μπορώ να πατήσω. Μαλάκα έκλεισε το τηλεκοντρόλ τόση ώρα που... Χειριστήριο. You got the camera, you got the bandana. Okay. Save complete. Και τώρα έχεις για το New Game Plus να το τρέξεις με την bandana.
Πού το έχει άραγε?
Λογικά, ναι, κάτσε να το δούμε. Περίμενε λίγο, θέλω να δω κάτι βέβαια. Τα dog tags. Τι σου δείχνουν τα dog tags? Έχω απορία γιατί... Έχει άλλα dog tags για το hard και τον καλά, εντάξει.
Λol. Τίποτα, απλά έχει ονόματα.
Αυτό, απλά τα μαζεύεις, καλά, εντάξει. Έχει και boss survival. Previous operations. Σου λέει εδώ τι έγινε στο Metal Gear 1 και στο Metal Gear 2. Σου έχει το story. Demo Theater. Meryl Chapter. Το tag, photo album. Αυτά. Το boss survival λογικά παίζει στα boss, υποθέτω. Ναι, ενάτο. Μπορούμε να το δούμε, αλλά κάτσε να δω αυτό που είπες. Στο briefing δεν νομίζω να μου βάλει κάτι καινούριο. Νομίζω ότι έχει και τα VR missions για κάποιο λόγο το...
It's been a long time, Snake.
It's been a long time, κάτσε όμως γιατί... Δεν κάτσε να δω τώρα. Τώρα μου τα έκανε, εντωμεταξύ μου μπήκε αυτόματα στο briefing, ενώ κανονικά είχε όλο αυτό... Και αυτά δεν υπήρχαν στο original νομίζω. Βάλαν όλο αυτό το μπλα μπλα εδώ, βάλανε πολύ...
Είχε κάτι.
Είχε, αλλά δεν νομίζω να... Τι έγινε τώρα? Πάτησα exit.
Colonel, I'm off.
Τι είναι ρε παιδιά? Λοιπόν, πρέπει να κάνω load game νομίζω, έτσι. Ανάτο. Για να και σου βάζει και τώρα έχω το extreme. Είδες, μου ξεκλειδώθηκε το extreme.
Ναι.
Οπότε ναι. Και ξεκινάς το game και λογικά θα σου έχει στο inventory το τέτοιο. Για να δω τι είναι και το boss. Ναι, θα σου έχει την μπαντάνα και την κάμερα. Που εντάξει, μόνο και μόνο. Οκ, και παίζει ένα-ένα τα fights. Καλή φάση. Αυτά που λέτε. Ωραίο ήτανε. Τα λέμε πάλι σύντομα. Κάτσε να κλείσω το stream.